Hello. Ciao tutti. Benvenuti. Benvenuti tutti. Can't remember what I say. It's been a while since I've done one of these. So let's go over my trades today. So, my first trade of the day was a loser. Overnight, we had a bit of a surge in the market. So Nvidia came out with their earnings, and then it actually came out that the Supreme Court was blocking Trump's tariffs. So we did see quite a surge up to the 6,000s levels on ES. And then overnight, it did come back down to like 5.9, kind of 30, 5.945 here. So, what we're seeing here is the 15-minute opening range low. The 15-minute opening range high was a bit obviously higher. We saw a breakout below the low, and then it kind of held around the opening range low. I entered, and I'm looking at my trade on another screen here. So I entered into this trade. We see the break below. We see the hold of the opening range low and a strong bar down. I did enter that as it broke the low of day VWAP. It is my entry, so I don't regret it. And I actually pulled my trade a little bit earlier than the original stop, as it broke back into the opening range and above the New York VWAP and held that New York VWAP. So actually, if I held my trade to its original stop loss, I would have still been in the trade, but that's okay. That's how it is. So I took this loss, and then on my second trade here, winner. So as we can see, the price broke out again below the opening range low. It's below the low of day VWAP. I entered in here. Now, I did set a rule for myself that if my first trade was a loser, my second trade I would close at break even on the day. What happened here was, if you can see these notes, my son literally woke up and called me right there. Normally, he sleeps a whole other hour, so I wasn't expecting him to wake up. Obviously, I responded to him, and then price just came back up against me by the time I got back to my computer, and I was no longer break even. Should I have set my TP at break even? Yeah, probably. Did I? No. So I held in, and of course, I'm like, feeling dumb right now. I didn't get out at break even. I know better by now than to do this. Follow my rules. So it was a really emotional trade. Also the 15-minute chart was holding these VWAPs that I have in here, which is the weekly open, previous day's New York VWAP, the 15-minute price was holding those VWAPs really, really well. Couldn't close below and hold below. So of course I was like, frick. Should have closed, but then price comes up. It holds the opening range low really well right here. And so I thought, I'm going to stay convicted to this short. If I was not already in a short, I would have entered. So I'm going to hold on to it. And, at this point, my son is awake. This is the first time that I've kind of had to deal with really being a parent in the midst of a trade in a while. So, and it's stressful. So that's fun. And, we had to head out the door. Was getting ready for school, preschool drop off. And so I just thought I'm just going to stick with my stop loss, which is up here above the previous structure here. And I'm going to keep my take profit where it is, and I have to go. So that's what I did. And it ended up hitting my take profit, and I closed for 1,500 and some change on each TopOne account, so 4,500 on the day. Those are funded accounts. Those are what I care about. I also have here, I'll bring it up. Let's bring it up. Am I logged in? No. On my trade seller, so I'm taking some challenges right now. Look at that. Can you imagine if that was real money? That'd be fun. So I'm doing all right. I had I'm only tracking 20 of the accounts that the evaluations that I'm trading. Let's see if I can bring up the Traders Post. I'm trading with Traders Post. Let's look at my dashboard here. I'm using them to copy trade. So I'm doing all right. I have all my Apex, and then I also have my Tradeify Advance, which stopped me out with the trailing drawdown. So that was a negative on the day. I have my funded next and my take profit trader. So but those aren't in my TradeZella because I can only do 20 accounts. So anyways, So it was 14.7, but actually it was like, like 17,000. But honestly, those big numbers, they look great, but it's just a million evaluation accounts. What I really care about is my top one accounts and how I did on those. So anyways, that was my day today. Thank you for following along. I'm really happy that finally my strategy is working again. I stuck with it. I'm happy I did. And let's see how things go from here. Okay, thank you, everyone. Thanks for following me along and supporting me. Tell your grandma, tell your granny,